it's Wednesday and we're back with another video. What are we doing today?
So Africans are not happy with the new Miss South Africa.
Oh my, of course.
Let's just take a quick look at this clip.
Of course.
And then you tell me what you think about it.
South Africans, I think it's fair to say that y'all literally are the worst, the absolute worst type of black people to exist in this world today. And I say this with a fucking straight face. If you're South African, go ahead and unfollow me. I don't give a I don't care how much you're so pro-black and you're embarrassed by your people. Fuck you. Get the fuck away. You're trash just like the rest of them. Because there's this mentality, there's this concept that because I have a platform or something, like I'm not supposed to be just as fucked. Oh, I'm more fucked up than you are. If I ever met a South African in person from today on, a black South African, I probably would spit on I'll spit on their toes. Pathetic humans.
You're hectic.
So what are your thoughts on all of that?
That was very hectic. The hatred, man. You know, from that video, it showed me how a lot of them are basing all of where they are at with this whole thing on like misinformation about the whole situation and just not understanding the whole thing and what transpired, how it transpired, and why it transpired.
So for me, this was a very interesting thing that played out. I didn't care about this whole Miss South Africa thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the pageant, the final or whatever. I just woke up the next day and then I saw who Miss South Africa was. And my first thought was, oh shit. They're gonna have a field day with this one because they're gonna make it a racial thing.
Yeah.
They're gonna say that
Is
we
this
got
what
rid
you
of
wanted?
we got rid of
a black
woman
yes,
for
a white woman.
It wasn't even about that.
Yeah.
At all. And it's and that was the first thing that I went to because I know how these people just think in one certain way.
In a little box, like
they're not able to properly think.
Absolutely.
So they always just think in one way. So I knew as soon as I saw that Miss South Africa was white, I knew they were gonna make this a racial.
Never mind the fact that she's actually an incredible human being.
So everything broke out, and then we have so many people commenting on this issue. Like I said, Burna Boy commented. Tyler had her 2 cents as well into it. Things got so crazy over the weekend that whenever something happened between Nigeria and South Africa, there was just always like a huge war of words. It even got so bad that when Nigeria got disqualified in the 4x400 meter men's relay race for lane infringement or something like that, and South Africa qualified for the final. Even our president.
Just stay in your lane, right? Yeah.
Even our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, threw a shot at Nigeria about being able to stay in our lane and things like that. Just my 2 cents on Miss South Africa. I think she's a decent representation of Miss South Africa. I think she'll represent us very well on the world stage. To us, it wasn't about race. The fact that there are people out there that actually think we do not want a black person to represent us.
We would have fought Zozbini, we would have fought come on.
So there's a lot of previous Miss South Africas that are black and that have represented us very well on the world stage. So this wasn't even about race.
I feel like they're just enjoying this. They know that all of these things that they're saying are just stupid.
Yeah, so and then there's a couple of misconceptions that floating around on social media that I just want to comment on. So one was, now that it came out that Miss South Africa was white and South Africans were defending her, South Africans were happy that she was representing us and all that stuff like that. The Nigerians obviously were not happy about this and they started calling us slaves.
Yeah.
We enjoy slaves, we are like reverse slaves, the ones that like to go back to our oppressors and all that kind of stuff like that. And it's an interesting take, but it doesn't hold much weight because when you think about it, South Africans are not very synonymous with slavery, one. Yeah. And then two, when you think about it, the main reason why foreigners are being able to take a lot of jobs and South Africans are not It's because foreigners are
Are
willing
willing
to work
at
for
below minimum wage,
and willing to work for next to
and
nothing.
we're not willing to do that.
And South Africans are not willing.
We're not willing to be exploited.
Yeah, South Africans are not willing to be exploited.
Slavery.
So the whole slavery narrative, it's funny. I think it's just a projection on them.
Yeah.
They're just trying to project that onto us
Yes, because for them it's like white and black and then slave master, slave. No,
they have that.
We don't have slaves yet.
And even if you were to check now, like in terms of modern day slavery, Nigerians are like one of the highest percentages of slaves and stuff like that, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're projecting this slavery onto us to try and make us feel bad. It's whatever. That doesn't stick.
Mainly they're also basing these things on like the inequality that we have. Look, we are very aware of our inequality problem. And we are trying to address that. Like, they're acting like we're just jumping onto these things and not doing anything about our inequality. We've been having these conversations about inequality for a long time. And we understand that is one of the things that aren't just going to change like overnight. But we want to do it properly. We're not going to be doing it now and be irrational about it, and chasing white people away and all of that. The way the rest of Africa is wanting us to do it. Unfortunately, that's not how we move, and we're not going to move like that. It didn't work for y'all, so I don't understand why they're projecting it so hard on us that for some reason they're expecting that it's going to work here or whatever. Whether it's going to work or not, we're not trying to move like that. We're not this pro-black that is anti-white that is being pushed on in Africa, and I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
Just on that point about inequality, so whenever they're trying to bring up our inequality, whenever they're trying to bring up our poverty and all that kind of stuff, South Africans will fight back and bring up their poverty and bring up their living conditions.
Hello again. Now let's take you to Nigeria, where more and more people are said to be living in severe poverty. Recent data from the National Bureau of Statistics of Nigeria shows that more than 133...
And it just became a poverty Olympics at some
point.
Which I was like, this is very
weird. We're better than you. We're better than you.
That just ended up becoming very crazy. Because most of the people on Twitter are privileged middle class to rich people, and we are busy arguing with other privileged people about who's poorer.
That are irrelevant to us.
Like, it just became poverty Olympics, and you can bring up the fact that we have a 60-something% poverty rate. So they have a 60-something%
unemployment
poverty rate. So like things in terms of poverty, like I don't even know why you're trying to. That was just weird. Competing about who's worse off in poverty, and like these are the things that just make it.
That's crazy.
Weird.
We're not even the same, yo.
Yeah, but anyway, there was just things like that where now people are just trying to do this poverty Olympics just to try and prove like which country is better, whether South Africa is better or Nigeria is better. Whatever you feel is better, that's up to you. That's usually a preference thing. But yeah, and then another misconception that they started to throw around out there like during the weekend was like Mandela would have been turning in his grave just to see this happen, just to see a white girl win Miss
Are you serious?
That to me, that's when it clicked that
they have no idea.
Don't understand
what Mandela even stood for.
Our social dynamics.
They don't understand. You don't understand our dynamics. That's worse. Putting Mandela in. This is the perfect representation of Mandela. Us being happy for the white girl who's there, who won Miss South Africa, is the perfect representation. Not because she's white, but because we are embracing all different, aspects or parts of being a South African, and white is one of them.
No one is born hating another person for the color of their skin, religion, or background. Hatred and intolerance have to be learned. Even in the grimmest times, I have seen glimmers of humanity which reassured me that man's goodness is a flame that can never be extinguished.
So
we are not just black here in South Africa.
So to me, that's when I knew, okay, a lot of these people are very ignorant and unaware of what South Africa is about, really.
No.
And that's why they always trying to project it to us. So South Africa, And it's because of Mandela. It's because of him that South Africa is like this today. It's because
Yes,
of him.
he chose this path.
So-
Like he chose this path that we must come together as a rainbow nation. We must be of love and whatever. So we are trying to. We are following that. That's what we are embracing that. And of course, we also adopted it, and we're happy to adopt it because we don't have hate like that, bruh. I don't know why you guys are trying to paint us so bad, like hateful people, and it's not.
I know why, but I'm okay to that.
It's not true at all. People who stay here know that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? They know, they fight to even stay here because they know that that's not true. South African people are not hateful.
So with the whole Mandela story, again, Mandela pushed for diversity. He pushed for inclusivity.
Yes.
He pushed for a non-racial South Africa.
Yes.
So the reason why South Africa is one of the only African countries that didn't expel the white population
Was because of that.
but because Mandela didn't want us to do that. He wanted us to be diverse.
We are a rainbow
He
nation.
wanted us to be
Rainbow. That's what rainbow nation is. And
So
means.
he practiced this to an extent where his deputy president was the previous president of apartheid. That's what Mandela wanted.
Yes.
He wanted all of us to be one.
That we can work together. Let's put aside this irrational hate for each other. You guys painting it as though we're worshipping white people really shows us you have no idea who we are. Like you have no idea.
It was just one of those things where it's like, okay, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then two, it was like they always come with this argument that why don't you guys have the same energy for white people? Why don't you guys do this to white people? And we have two previous examples where
We've spoken
a white person was found out to be a racist who was a Miss South African contestant,
And what did we do?
and we bullied her out until she quit. Same thing. Second case, a white person was found out to be a bully, and we
Back
bullied
in
her
school, out as well.
She exited the competition because we don't want those kind of people representing us.
We're very strict about who and what represents us, and please respect that as well.
So they always like to deflect and be like, what about the white person?
Like
What
we're not
about
saying
this
we
person?
also have a perfect relationship here interracially.
Yeah, like they always like to point out our domestic affairs and be like, what about this? What about that? And then when we point out their domestic affairs, then it's like, then it becomes a poverty Olympics,
Yeah.
which is pointless. It's like all of this could have been avoided if y'all allowed South Africans to decide who they want to be represented. So right now, Nigeria gonna have their own like Miss Universe Nigeria pageant, and there's already tribalism going on over there. Where
They've always been
where Nigerians are not happy about certain
Yoruba.
they're not happy about certain tribes being representing a certain state or certain I don't know I don't know the affairs there,
Like
but
how can
but there's already representation problems that they already have in there. You're not going to see a South African enter into
getting
your
involved.
business. That's
Like
your
it's
business.
your business.
Y'all can sort that out.
It's okay.
And whoever wins, as long as you're happy with whoever wins,
Yeah, and then that's
fine. That's his hit. And in fact, it got to such a point where I think the organizer of Miss Universe Nigeria invited Chidinma to participate.
Yes, they didn't even want to accept her, but they were the biggest ones who were talking, hey, we're so evil, we're so cruel, whatever.
It was just one of those things where a lot of things just became clear. It was like there's a certain group of people that are trying to dictate how South Africans behave.
Yep.
That trying to dictate how South Africans
Like
think.
it's so important to you guys how we think.
I just came to the realization that we are actually different from the rest of Africa. The rest of Africa is still on that oppressive, slave and master. Just this whole wave of like racial issue. And for us, we're not even thinking like that.
Yes.
Our only racial
That's
issue
why I'm
is about
actually
inequality.
happy with how far we've actually come. Like the way that they view white people is not how we view white people.
Yeah.
Like I've actually learned that from this whole ordeal. The people who actually have a problem is them and they unhealthy relationship with white people.
All of these things just came to light, and there's another misconception that was floating around where it's like South Africans just hate Africans in general, and again that was proven to not be true.
It's Nigerians, I know that.
Yeah, they were pushing that, but
that.
it was proven to not be true. Because when you saw like the closing days of the Olympics, Botswana and South Africa and Namibia, we were all supporting each other, we were all showing each other love. It was actually a very nice, touching moment when Botswana won a gold medal in the 200 meter men's final, and South Africans were rejoicing. South Africans were celebrating it as if it was their own medal. It's no DNA. It's RSA. It's RSA or something like that.
BRSA, yes.
So that was very nice. And then Namibia joined in as well. Joined in the celebrations when I think South Africa also won their medal, and Namibia also celebrated as well. And
honestly, there was no animosity. Like, I'm genuinely happy for them.
So again, that was just proven just with that moment. It's just that South Africans do love and tolerate other Africans. It's just the ones that we don't tolerate are the ones that come into the country and
for the wrong reasons and do the wrong things. And it's not just us that have a problem with this. There are many other countries.
So the main reason why South Africans didn't want Chidinma to represent them is because she's Nigerian, and Nigerians do not have a good reputation. Well, Nigerians don't have a good reputation here in South Africa because of all the things that they do. And that's that's probably the biggest reason why South Africans are like, no, we don't want you to represent us. Because you come here, you do nonsense, and then now you want to represent us when we don't want you.
That's crazy.
And then again, Nigerians have a bad reputation all over the world.
Nigeria is a strange spot.
Nigeria?
Why I hate Nigeria.
Do you have any country you don't like?
Nigeria. Do you have any country you like?
One thing which is negative about Nigerians, like, you can never trust them 100%.
The truth I will tell you is that Nigeria is really a bad country.
If you live in Nigeria, if you are living with a Nigerian person, if you don't take that, it might be faster than you in anything at all you do. So that one low I don't like about them.
In Ghana here, we think we are not safe with them.
Nigerians.
Nigeria. If you have been seeing my video before, you know that I'm a Nigerian. Today, I want to talk about the reason why many people all over the world have problem with Nigeria or Nigerians, or let's say why some people hate Nigeria.
And you'll never figure out unless we're being honest, and that's what we're trying to do, is be honest. We're being honest at this point. Like, it's not hateful, it's really being honest. And then you guys just turn it into hate, and then we also retaliate with some. Then it's on site.
This has just been a whole interesting saga.
It's been interesting.
It's posed a lot.
It's been interesting.
But you guys.
Also, I do respect your sentiments. If you find us disgusting and you really hate the side of us, that's okay. We really respect that.
No, I don't. Fuck you too, then. If it's fuck me, fuck you too. I don't respect you. If you don't respect me, I don't respect you.
I mean,
and if you spit on me, I'll spit on you back, and then let's do something.
That's you. That's
if it's fuck me, then fuck you too.
That's you.
No, then fuck you too. It's simple as that. Like, and I don't even care who you are or what you do or whatever platform you have. If you can't respect a person for their beliefs, then fuck you too. Then. It's as simple as that. But yeah, it is what it is. You guys just let us know what you think about the whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.